Oh, I fixed it, I think. I just need to get the new. Yes, it's working. It's working.
What's happening?
I fixed it. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but we are now in. This is game 2 of Jordan versus Koki. I gotta say, it's not looking great for Koki. I'll catch you up on what went on so far during this game. We saw some early aoes from Jordan, which were actually able to be countered by Kev, but Koki instead opted to use that to do some damage in Jordan's base, which would make up for the damage the overlay is bad, it's on top of the metal thing. So, in Koki's base, currently, there are a lot of troops. Both players have a fair amount of resources. Koki is short on food. I assume he has all of his shrines on food. Yes, he does. Jordan is heading out. Took a lot of casualties.
What are the scores?
The scores are 78 to 64. Not an overwhelming loss, but right now the military unit population is not even close. It's enormously in Jordan's favor. This would probably be either a good time to commit and go in or go fortress. But Japan definitely has the advantage if they're defending at home.
Hello?
Looks like walls are going up for Koki. This, seeing as his economic unit population is still greater, and I don't believe either players have a market, this could be very helpful. Oh, Jordan's gonna push in before the walls are done, though. Just one villain on those walls is not enough, fortunately. Looks like Koki does not see that army and is probably yeah, Bill's down. Jordan can just walk around the wall. Those Yumi are gonna run towards the cav. Hit and run a little bit. It's not a bad idea to take down those cav. I would definitely be sending sentries or have Bills and TC over Koki. At this point, the military count is 40 to 5. Excuse me, as you can see here. Looks like Koki's gonna lose almost every bill. Yeah, 3 Yumi coming out. Keith and Reggie are dead inside Jordan's base, next to some idle vills. against the samurai. Can't get value against Jans who resists 20% melee damage. Alright, let's get that last game hosted.
Wait, is it over?
Second game is over, yes. Gonna wait for Jordan or Koki to host a game. Hmm. Anyone who's listening, please tell Koki to host. I can't host the game because the first two players in the game are the participants. Alright, game 3, or game 2 of the stream is going up. Someone decided to go back to Game Ranger, so we'll have a slight delay. Game volume will be turned down this time. Where did Koki go? I think he's still in game. Yes, he is still in game. Time to turn down the game volume. Go to options. Oh no, there we go. Gonna put down all these. Gonna apply that. Oh, yep, fatal error. Here, actually, I can just tell him myself. I'll be back in a second.
So how would we hear having?
Hello, William. William.
Oh, hi,
William.
William.
Yes, Koki.
He's no longer live?
Koki,
Oh, no, he is live.
yes. Koki,
Yes,
could
of
you come
course.
back to Game Ranger? My game crashed when I turned down the sound.
No, he is.
Koki? Danger neutral. Yeah, that's an issue, I believe, not with my computer, but with Age of Empires. Obviously, it would have been fixed if the developer team was still active, but alas, they were disbanded a couple years ago. We're gonna go ahead and post. Shut my door. After this game, feel free to stick around. I will be playing Josh Garson, casted by Will Brandout if he would like to.
Darn,
If
I
not,
forgot about that guy.
then just me and Josh. Will, let's get an update from you. How's your game going? Well, he might not be able to hear me. sure it's going great. Let's see if Koki can put together a bit of a different strategy. He seems to like his walls, which is definitely a good strategy for Japan, but it's always a little too late. If you can get those walls down early and repel the first couple attacks, then that could definitely change the tide of the game. My game volume is down significantly from last time. Last game, this is the last time Jordan will play Koki in the entire series. We're going to be playing on the high plains. Looks like town centers are dangerously close. That is definitely helpful for the Ottomans. Many herds of bison and pronghorn. That is helpful for Japan should he choose to build his shrines outside of his base, which is kind of an anti-Koki thing to do. He tends to want to turtle up, which is not necessarily good for his economy. We're going to see that orchard rickshaw go up again. What a lot of Japan players like to do early game is use their orchard rickshaw to scout while they gather their crates at least, so they can get some extra scout distance in and also split up their explorers. So building that orchard rickshaw is just a little slower start for Japan than maybe most people get. Then again, 5,000 food, like, it's quite an amazing starting card. Gaijin Keefe headed towards the center of the map. Looks like Jordan Brandau is not doing a whole lot right now. Oh, I completely forgot. Jordan is now playing the British, which makes for a completely different game. I would say that Japan is actually favored in this game, instead of the Ottomans being favored as they were in the past two games. So I would say Koki has matchup. We're probably going to see colonial aggression from Jordan because of the rarity of a British fast fortress. Surprisingly, they do not have a bad fortress, but after they manor boom, their economy is fantastic in colonial age, and most civs can't keep up with it, but Japan might be an exception if he builds his shrines well. I would love to see him get this treasure. You can definitely antagonize villagers in age 1. Look, we're only almost 2 minutes in. With a rescued native unit, they have no negative bonus, anti-bonus it's called, against villagers. See, right here, the ranged attack is 8, but it's only 0.3 against villagers, so they do 70% less damage. And that is just a mechanic to prevent people from using their explorers to pick off vills age 1. So, however, rescuing these native units, like this Tomahawk, they don't have set anti-bonus, so they can easily kill a villager just as any military unit would age 2. So having them super early can be extremely frustrating for your enemy and maybe cause them to lose a vill or at least have a lot of idle time. It's a good early advantage. We're actually seeing Koki score past Jordan, allied with Portugal, so he's looking for an economic start, which is definitely how to play against the British. Japan does not have a great early rush, which is one way to take down the British, so he will have to outplay her in the mid-game, which is arguably when the British are strongest, so I would not be surprised if this was a close game. We've got no obvious herds close to the British TC. Virginia Company coming in for the British, that reduces the cost of manor houses, which, as you may or may not know about the British, give them a house along with a vill.
Mercs.
So she is most likely going to do the Virginia Company boom, in which she gathers a lot of wood and builds all her manors early game, giving her about a 20 villager lead on whatever Koki has.
Darn it! I got rid of the one that would actually be useful for this one.
Looks like Koki is aging to colonial before the British. The manor boom will definitely slow her down. She's getting close. Look, okay, so she's bringing in this herd, doing a nice job with it. Seems like every ville of Jordan's is on food. And for Koki, he's got some on wood. Going up with the Teshugu Shrine. Again, I don't know. It's not that close to this herd, so it definitely loses a lot of value when you don't build it near the herd. No market from either player. Keith and Reggie each take one shot at the TC, which causes all bills to come in. Wow. Oh no, all coming to food. Okay, this is the beginning of the boom, and we're going to age 2. That's a good time to do it, to be honest. But even with only 2 vills on the Wonder, only 1 vill on the Wonder, Jordan is not going to be able to catch up to Koki's age time, and Japan will age first, which is a rare happening.
Okay, good. I got 90 hit points.
Okay, first manor house is queued but not built. Now, the most efficient way to do that would be to have 1 vill build it at a time, so you can get that next vill chopping wood as soon as possible, but this works too. Some British players opt to build their manor houses in a line to form a makeshift wall and save some wood, but building them just wherever your vills happen to be is another viable strategy, saves some time. Rack's going up for Koki. He's expecting, maybe he's still in the mindset of playing against the Ottomans, which may not lead him to do terribly. Like, if he got too focused on the fact that this is going to take a little bit longer before Jordan's able to do damage, that could actually hurt him. So maybe when he's ready for that early aggression, he'll do better. And honestly, Jordan should maybe contemplate that she's conditioned him to be more aggressive early in the past 2 games. Yes, okay, so we've got the Manor House line going up to protect our vills, maybe a little bit from cav raiding. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 houses in queue or built.
Are you kidding?
Jordan is leading with, let's see, 11, 14, 15, 16 vills.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So right now the recalculated population is 19 to 18, which is extremely close. Military units have not been built by either, but it looks like, let's see, what's Koki got in queue? Nothing yet. Oh, Yumi, never mind. So we're going to see some Yumi before Jordan even has a stable. If he gets in there early, which I can't see Koki doing, then serious damage could be done. Excuse me. The Teshugu Shrine has no animal gatherers nearby. That's quite unfortunate. He did not shrine out of his base. Only 40 population. He's got Reggie and Keith right outside of Jordan's base. Maybe they could scout, see if she's got a racks or stable going up. Alright, yes, she's got the manor house line almost completely ready to go. They're quite nice. It's definitely a viable wall strategy, because if you force them to destroy those manor houses, you can just rebuild them for such a low cost and get another vill. Because the British cannot destroy their own houses to get vills, so they must either force their opponent to do it for them by doing something like this, or keep their houses. Quite the good strategy. We've got similar resources, obviously more wood for the British, with everyone on wood, 27 vills on wood at 8 minutes. This is typically when a strong attack would be coming. Japan, again, is not one of the strongest colonial age civs, so it's different. Japan is kind of unable to mass quite as much because the food income is slower. Let's see if some vills get picked off. We're going to see a racks outside. 2 racks outside the house wall. Jordan's got 3 idols right there, plus a woodville. See if it gets picked off. Yep, first vill going down for Jordan. Reggie and Keith are going inside. Market's built inside the wall. Any more units coming out for Cookie? No. Another vill goes down. Production of that barracks is stopped. Third vill goes down. There's a lot of vills here for Jordan from the manor boom. You can really see the effect. All going into the TC. Koki would be smart not to push at this point just to get the 4 times siege damage against those partially constructed barracks. But if he pushes in, his troops could easily get picked off by those TC fire. Got at least 10 vills. The town center ranged attack maxes out at 90. 9 per villager gathered inside. Yes, okay, he's opting to burn the market for only partial siege damage. Jordan is keeping all the vills inside. Putting up another barracks over here. Barracks is not the smartest way to go. Maybe she'll try and out his light infantry with some longbowmen. But a stable would most likely be the best way to go about this. Jordan's vills almost all inside. You can see that she still has 22 idle villagers, which is a massive hurt to her economy. If she keeps those in there for much longer, I'm not sure if she's forgot about them. I'm not sure if she is too nervous to get them back on that food. Really, she doesn't have a good choice of food from here on. That may be very bad for her. The British are highly dependent on food. And Koki's getting up an early wall this time. As long as he can keep his economy all right, and those vills stay in there, it is not looking good for Jordan. So, okay, Koki is choosing to burn the manor houses. Not sure if he's familiar with the rule that the British can rebuild them after. If he actually does that, alright, stable going up for Jordan. If he takes down a couple of those manor houses, that could let her come back from this villager idling festival going on here. It looks like 23. Oh, all the vills are coming out. Splitting between the 2 mines. I assume she's using gold to buy food. That's her only method of getting food, which is pretty inefficient. We're going to see Koki doing what exactly? They're tied in economic unit population. Coming to pick out some more vills. Now that's really what you want to do. If you can get those vills back in there or just get some kills, that's how you do damage. She's probably about to pop some Hussar with the stable, and all those Yumi will go down. She's willing to take some more Vill idle time to get the 90 ranged attack on that TC, pick off Reggie, it looks like. And the Vills remain in there. Again, that is not the most efficient way to go about idling your Vills. He's going to pick off another. Resources come in. 1 Hussar has been trained. She must have forgotten to finish off the batch. More Vills go into the TC. She's got 20 idle Vills again. Koki has massive amounts of resources being spent on nothing currently. Consulate is up. Rax is up. No units coming out. On the other hand, Jordan. Okay, Jordan's finally on a herd. That can bring the British back into this. Plus this shipment food. You're going to see her food skyrocket. Even though it's being constantly spent on Vills. Looks like a dojo is coming in, and Ashigaru. I'm correct about that. Neither opting to go to the Fortress Age, even after almost 13 minutes of gameplay. It seems that Koki has passed Jordan in economic unit score, recalculated and not. Jordan's going to have to get in there and do some damage, which is going to be really hard with that wall. Especially if he can keep her off the herd. I don't know if Koki knows to scout around for... He's just got those troops idled in the back of her base, which might not be the worst thing with all these calves standing around here. As soon as those go in, they're going to get killed. But I don't know that Koki has a long-term plan to spend this almost 2,000 food and 1,000 gold. That could be turned into a large army of musketeers that could do absolutely devastating damage. Got one Huss guarding this herd. Not a bad idea. Jordan Brandow scouting. Got some shrines finally built near the herds. So that's going to give 0.52 wood per second because they have 4 out of 4 gatherers. Looks like some orchard rickshaws came in from a shipment. So this one is probably, yeah, okay, we've got about 3,000 left. He already used the other 5,000. The scores are neck and neck, super close. Japan, I don't feel like has a long-term plan. Oh, except there are more military buildings going up. And I think Koki feels a lot more confident about his late game than he does his early game. So, hence the walls, hence the early aggression to maybe stay off his side of the map. He doesn't like to defend early game. But now that he's got everything in place, and he's got the better economy, it does not bode well for Jordan, unless she's able to outplay him. He's going with a second layer of walls, using wood, 1,200 food. Looks like a lot of heavy infantry in queue, which will deal with the cav excellently, but all these musketeers are definitely going to beat those heavy infantry. Koki's floating a lot of resources. You know, it doesn't win you the game to have the most resources. You got to turn that into military, and that's absolutely what Jordan's been doing. If you take a look, looks like she's going to run into the wall. Samurai are on the move. Let's see if they can save this ville. She's not going anywhere. Oh, she's going to fight the samurai, and that is a terrible trade. Those samurai do massive damage versus cav. And melee versus the musketeers. Overall, Koki got a lot of value in this attack. Jordan lost almost her whole army. Has not many resources to spare. Looks like some cav popped. Not exactly the right thing to deal with this, but Japan's cav are strong and they have a bonus against infantry, so it's the right move to get them on those musketeers instead of fight the cav. Maybe with the Sashigar's support, he can almost finish off the rest of that army. Looks like we've got some idols standing around what used to be a gold mine. And the Yumi are taking shots at Jordan's villagers. That's a smart move. Put on some pressure. More samurai coming out to try and deal with these musketeers. The musketeers actually have a resistance to 20% of all melee damage, so they will get some value on these samurai because these are quite expensive units. Koki with one Yumi has all of villagers, all of Jordan's hunting villas on the run.
Oh.
He's got Yumi kind of scattered all over the place. The scores are very similar, mostly because Koki's floating so much food. If he would turn that into military and get some stuff from his consulate, he could turn this around in a second. More samurai coming out. Gonna chop down those musketeers. But it's just really the numbers. 5 samurai versus all these musketeers not gonna do the trick. Longbow's coming in for Jordan. That's a good move. She really has some of every type of troop now. Heavy infantry's here. Got some light infantry in the form of longbows here. Got some cav. guarding the vills. Presumably Yumi, which he would be advised to train. Could take about maybe 4 to 5 Yumi could take down this entire army of musketeers, especially with hit and run tactics. Looks like she's gonna back them out though, right before taking down the barracks. Now that is not a smart thing to do. Koki is absolutely destroying in economic population. He just needs to convert everything to troops. Finally, some Yumi in queue. Hopefully not in this barracks, although can't tell. This barracks is under siege, so really you don't want to be producing something in here unless it's immediately going to be run back to your base. Okay, good. They were in queue in the other barracks, so you can build them up before sending them in individually. That's when they get picked off. Looks like one cav is going to go in, take out a musketeer before getting killed. Not an ideal trade. Definitely want to hold on to those cav for the longbow. Ashigaru Musketeer attack coming in. Hopefully if he can spam out enough of those. Only with one barracks though. Not going to be able to convert all those resources. And 800 climbing fast export. If both players decided to convert all of their resources to military and fight, I would definitely place my bet on Japan at this point. But I don't know how long it's going to be before Koki does that. I don't know if he feels like he has the military advantage yet. He absolutely does. How he could lose this is he waits too long, Jordan goes Fortress or Industrial, and out-techs Japan's units. Though they are good, they cannot stand up to Fortress Age British units, especially with falconets. Before the second layer of wall is finished, we're going to see a small force from Jordan coming in here. Going to be contested with Yumi and Musk. That's a good deal. With British unable to get on top of those Yumi, they can do a lot of damage versus all those musketeers. Especially with, okay, more samurai coming out. And, sorry, are those musketeers? Yeah, Jordan opting to leave now. See if the walls get repaired. Actually, no damage was done to the walls. Musketeer hit points also coming in for Jordan. So, might be just a big fight of the musketeers. As you can see here, it's not even close in terms of economic unit population. Counting the shrines. No, okay, these are excellent light infantry coming in from Japan. Good choice. As long as he doesn't get killed by those cav, it's going to be a great fight for Japan. And out they go. Not the smartest move. Yeah, putting them outside, especially near that hero right there, Jordan, that can see them and bring them out of stealth mode, and the cav will slaughter them. They stand no chance. They're excellent units against heavy infantry, and they can't fight against cav, though. Where the real difference is, though, is the military unit population. Koki's got over 5,000 food. I don't know where that's planning to go, because... Alright, it looks like Jordan's got 2,000. Looks like the shinobi are going to go pick off some vills. That's a good move. Maybe calls Jordan's army back. We'll see. Stealth mode. If he finds these vills, that is a bad sign for Jordan. Yes, looks like we're going to see some musketeers, which cannot see the shinobi no mono. Only heroes and buildings with a ranged attack can see them. So outposts, TCs, look, they just path right around these shinobi. She knows where they are because she can see the musketeers break formation, but she can't discover them unless she brings over this hero. I assume that Jordan's planning to go to the Fortress Age, judging by her resources and the amount of villagers she just put on gold after gathering so much food. The shinobi are standing around. Neither player has any idle vills. Looks like we're seeing almost 800 export again. Pretty large musketeer force from Jordan. 26 ranged attack. 172. You have to count those 22 hit points from the card. We're going to see her go in. It's going to be a close fight. With no Shinobi no Mono. But with the advantage of the range from the Yumi. That's a good fight for... As long as Jordan doesn't get too hung up on the Cav. Because the Cav actually resist most ranged attack of the Yumi, so they'll basically tank for those musketeers to pick them off. It'd be a good move for him to take out that Cav. Yes, good use of this samurai. And now it's an easy fight for Jordan. Or easy fight for Koki, excuse me. Jordan cannot get those Cav in there, which would easily clean up all those Yumi. You can see that Yumi have 23 ranged attack. Not even close to being able to break through those walls. Japan loves its walls, to be quite honest. With such a long-ranged unit, 18 range can easily trump the Musketeers' 12 range. Sorry, you can't see it here. Oh, yes you can, sorry. So the Yumi can hit and run before the Musketeers can hit back, and they can stay out of range behind the wall while still hitting the Musketeers. Even if the Musketeers try and burn it, it's essentially futile. Koki's catching up in military, and I think this game is basically over. The score lead is 70. Unless Jordan can put a miracle together, then it is not a good sign for her. Looks like Koki is even out-teched Jordan. If we see some powerful consulate troops from the Fortress Age, I believe we can ship the Expeditionary Company, or I'm not sure what it is for Japanese isolation, but Japan has a powerful Fortress Age with the Daimyo, which is essentially a moving barracks if you're unfamiliar with Japan. So the Daimyo is a powerful cav unit. It has 780 health and a lot of damage, 37 damage, and it can train troops from anywhere on the map in blocks of 5 at a time, just as a normal barracks would. So that's going to be really helpful to his army on the move. He's actually got both daimyos. That amplifies the power of his army exponentially. Jordan, on the other hand, is going to get falconets from a shipment and possibly from the artillery foundry, which at the moment counters everything Koki has, all these Yumi, except for his daimyos, which are going out to probably train an army in the back of Jordan's base, which is a quite good strategy for Japan. Yes, this one is currently training. Oh, never mind. Got some Hanamono Samurai, the most powerful samurai in the game, in queue. Those, however, will get picked off by all these Musketeer and Longbow if he's not careful. Still got the Shinobi no Mono here, idling. And I believe that these are training something now. That is not me singing. Overall, it's not. That's Will. Thank you, Will. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm gonna deafen it just real quick. We don't want to interrupt the game. So let's go ahead and deafen. All right. I assume you can still hear me. Not sure who's watching the stream at this point. They say we've got 4 viewers, but I'm not quite sure who. Well, I hope you're entertained. Okay, look, Monumentus. Yumi not getting their veteran upgrade Koki floating a ton of resources. Falconet's gonna try and chop through these walls. Looks like the daimyos are over here doing nothing, as well as the shinobi. Koki's unable to fend off this attack. That is an enormous waste, really. Automotive Samurai can go in. One swing, almost killing all those calves. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Automotive Samurai getting tons of value. Jordan unable to pick those off. Entire infantry mass is almost dead. They're gonna pursue the cannon. They resist 40% of all range damage.
I am sorry, grieved. I may
And
not
that
steer
brings the military unit population down to 15 for Jordan and 77 for Koki. It is game over. There's no way she can produce anything, even with so much gold, so much food. I mean, not really even. 1,400 food. Nothing in queue. Got so many samurai here from Koki. I don't know that he's going to push in. I don't know when he feels is the right time. Stacking up on export quickly. He's got an almost entirely full population. Let's see what shipments he's most recently sent. He sent the daimyo, infantry attack. Yeah, so he's got quite a powerful army, as well as Yumi and anti-cav musketeers. Yes, here's exactly what the daimyos do. Stand right behind the enemy base, train up a huge army, run away. That villager gonna walk past Koki's entire army as it gets on this barracks. That's a good start. These samurai have a huge siege attack, 83. This barracks gonna fall in probably 7 seconds since she started sieging it. And these are now Fortress Age Ashigaru versus these Colonial Age Musketeers. And Jordan sending Cav against all this anti-Cav is really not going to do anything. This whole army is about to get slaughtered. And here's the rest of Koki's army coming to take down these houses, which ordinarily would not be a good move, but once you're in the end game of fighting the British, it's good to take down their houses so they can't build up a new military due to population space being full. Military unit population is 1 to 103, and I think that signifies game over. If you were not convinced already. Veteran Musketeer upgrade just came in for Jordan a little bit too late. GG from Jordan, and we're going to see her resigned. That early pressure from Ottoman, basically, I think, made Koki realize that he's going to need some stuff earlier. He's going to get killed before he can reach this phase, which, I mean, it worked. The walls kept him in it, but he really could have attacked a lot earlier and had the game over 20 minutes ago. No, 10 minutes ago. But well played by Koki. I will put the scores in to the channel, and feel free to stick around. Feel free to stick around for mine and Josh's game.
I lost the last one.
What? Why? He did?
It wasn't like it was early pressure. It wasn't even that great of a rush, but I couldn't, like, you know, because basically the entire strategy depends on a good economy at the beginning.
Well, did he rush you before 8 minutes? Impressive for Koki.
Yeah. He was already in colonialism. I was halfway aged up. I'm not used to that strategy enough to like adapt to that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean I survived for half an hour, but
I'm playing the Aztec, so I'm terrible with. So let's see if I actually win this.
what game is this? What game number is this?
3.
3? Did you win the first show?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check in with my opponent, Josh.
You're playing Josh today.
Yes, I am.
Is this still streaming?
It is streaming.
Okay,
I figured
what's
it
up,
out.
YouTube?
I couldn't get it to stream because I was streaming it to Will's YouTube channel.
Oh, that makes sense.
Will. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna turn off my stream now. Let's turn that off.